Hello everyone. So today I've got something very special. We're going to be doing some color mixing with a special color that only we manufacture, and it's called Liquid Mirror. So what is Liquid Mirror? If you're not familiar already with it, it's kind of like an iridescent pearl, but on a completely other level. So it's intensely vibrant, it's very, very bright, and it has a very, very intense shimmer to it. Another aspect is that it's very, very opaque compared to most iridescent colors, especially on the direct axis. So on the off axis, you can kind of see a little bit of transparency with this product. We're going to be doing some color mixing with the high viscosity version of Liquid Mirror, but it's also available in a liquid acrylic too. So as a liquid acrylic, it basically just has more of a hand lotion consistency rather than this buttery, soft texture. Liquid Mirror can be used to make some really interesting, almost gold leafing kind of effects, but we can also make some really cool metallics with some other colors that we have as well from our high viscosity line. Let's get started. All right. We've got our Liquid Mirror here, and already you can see it's got this really intense shimmer to it. So we're going to mix it with some Nickel Azo Yellow. So Nickel Azo Yellow has this really nice transparency to it. It's also quite high gloss. Liquid Mirror really likes colors that are highly transparent and highly glossy. So you'll want to avoid mixing Liquid Mirror with anything that's matte, as it tends to interrupt the highly shimmering effect. So as you can see, it mixes beautifully in. We have almost this imitation gold leaf effect that's created when mixing the Nickel Azo Yellow in. So this would be a really nice metallic for any of your sort of projects. I'll spread some of this out with the brush onto a card here, and then you'll be able to see just how opaque this color is. We make some really beautifully. Just grab a brush. Here's a card. So here's our little bit of our intense gold that we've made. So you can see just how opaque this color is and how intense this shimmer is. It is super satisfying to play around with. You can see how this high viscosity, this acrylic paint, very, very thick, holds all this texture really, really beautifully. It's very high solids as well, so any of this, these little peaks and valleys that we've brushed out, it will dry with very, very minimal shrinkage. So you'll see all of that texture. So you could build up the high viscosity line quite a bit. You'll see very, very little shrinkage. Another quality of the high viscosity line is the very short rheology. So the paint just snaps away beautifully from the brush, much like an oil paint would. All right, had enough fun with that color. Let's mix another color here. Maybe we'll mix with the Phthalo Blue Green Shade just to see the different colors that you can make with Liquid Mirror. All right, so now we're gonna mix with Phthalo Blue Green Shade. Just gonna put a little bit out onto my palette here. We'll see what happens. Wow, look at this. So this is such an intense blue metallic. Wow, this is just really a special sort of shimmer to it. Sometimes I've seen artists use Liquid Mirror as a backdrop for painting on, and it's almost like you're painting on an aluminum substrate at that point. Definitely a bit brighter than an aluminum though. Just look at this blue though. It is really magical. such an intense shimmer to it. All right, we're going to brush this one out as well. So you can see just how rich this blue is. You don't need a whole lot of liquid mirror as well. I'm using it straight out of the bottle, but really you could extend this with gel medium quite significantly and it'll still have that very strong metallic effect because it's just so opaque. Look at this shimmer. Wow, it's hard not to look at that. It's super satisfying. All right, let's try mixing it with another color. New glob of liquid mirror here. We're gonna mix it with some transparent permanent red light. And again, this is another glossy and quite transparent color, which is what liquid mirror likes to mix with best. So just look at this red we're mixing here. This is almost like a rose gold. It's so beautiful. Color's gone a little bit pastel, but it is intensely gorgeous. Has an incredible shimmer to it. All right, let's paint this one out onto our swatch card. I'm gonna grab a new swatch card here. Look at that shimmer. Again, the high viscosity color is just so beautiful as a product line. It is so buttery thick, and it just applies so beautifully onto canvas. Love it. Look at that shimmer effect. We're gonna try mixing this with one more color. We're gonna mix it with golden yellow. Just see what kind of color we get here. So again, golden yellow is a nice, transparent, highly glossy color. So we'll just see how it mixes in with liquid mirror here. It's mixing up a really nice, deep, almost copper, deep gold. This is a beautiful color that we've just mixed up here. Wow. So this could be used for any sort of metallics, any sort of metallic project that you might be doing. Might be really interesting for cosplay designers as well. We're gonna swatch this out. So again, it's intensely covering on my black card here, especially with that buttery, thick consistency from the high viscosity line. It's got a very intense shimmer to it too. All right, so now I'm going to mix some liquid mirror with some green gold. A little bit too much there. So green gold contains a bit of the Nickel Azo pigment in it as well, and a bit of phthalo green, a little bit of yellow. It's a beautiful color for mixing with, has a really interesting look to it. But again, it's another very transparent and very glossy color. And that is the best sort of thing to bring out with Liquid Mirror. All right. This is a really stunning metallic. It's almost like the first thing that came to my mind was dragon scales, funny enough. Look at that. Let's swatch this one out onto the card as well. I'll put it just in between these two. So we have this little interactivity between these colors here, which might be really nice. You can see really how we can build this texture up with a high viscosity acrylic. It's got a beautiful intense shimmer to it. So again, the key for Liquid Mirror is you'd want to avoid some really matte acrylic colors. It doesn't really like matte acrylics a whole lot. It actually just sort of kills the entire effect. So you lose all that beautiful shimmer. And so you won't be mixing this with ultramarines, anything else that tends to dry on the matte scale. Certain acrylic colors, like if you weren't using our brand, some of them can be very matte finish. You want to just make sure that those are very glossy pigments, and then Liquid Mirror would have no problem mixing with those. Yeah, look at this shimmer. So there we have it. If you want us to try any other products that you're not sure about, just leave us a comment down below. If you like this video and you want to see more of this kind of color mixing video, or even more educational content on acrylic paints in general, then like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this. This was a fun little demonstration on Liquid Mirror, and I'll see you next time.